Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and made the solutions here. So I asked you to kind of go through. I sent you the solutions. I was hoping you would kind of open them up, take a look at it, and then kind of see where you're at or what you need help with. So again, tomorrow is the test, and remember, there's not as many tests. So please study. All right, please study. Yes, sir. Which one?
So I can write a question on 36.
All right, let's everybody jump to 36. Let's see what's going on. Good
So
job.
I did look at the worksheet
Good.
because at first I thought it wasn't possible because for the second equation it would equal less than negative.
Now remember, here's what I want to show you. That's a good question. Look up. If I said to you, for example, what's the absolute value of negative 15? Right, so what I'm telling you is what's inside can be negative, but what's on the outside cannot. You with me? Yes, because do you agree if what number would negative 15 classify as an answer? Yeah, because if I take the absolute value of negative 15, it becomes what? And 15 is greater than 11. You with me on this? So anything inside here can be less than negative 11. Because if it's less than negative 11, when I take the absolute value of it, it will be greater than 11. You with me on that? If you're thinking about it now, that makes good sense. And I always try to tell people, listening and understanding what I'm saying about numbers is crucial, not just memorizing what I'm telling you. All right, to me, that made perfectly good sense. All right? Does that make sense? Yeah, all right. So it has nothing to do with this, right? It has the fact that what's inside could be less than negative 11, because then when I take the absolute value, it will be greater than 11. All right? Go ahead. Let's take a look at 26, guys. And I want everybody to be flipping through, trying to find something you don't know. All right? That's all we're going to do today. All right, I'm on 26. Well, in this case, tomorrow what I want you to do is I want you to try to tell me a number that's not less than 2 or greater than negative 2. Give me a number that's not less than 2 or greater than negative 2. Is there one? You see what I'm saying, right? Now, how do I know that's true? Because it's an or statement. So now I want to show you the logic here. Everybody look up now so you can understand numbers better. Here we go. All right, so here's what I start with. All right, now I'm going to change this. I want you to look up. There are 3 kind of possibilities here. Do you agree with this? Right, there's everything less than negative 2, between negative 2 and 2, and greater than 2, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a number. I'm going to pick a number in here. It could be negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, whatever you want it to be. Are those numbers less than 2? Those are less than 2, right? So then that means these all work. You agree with that? Now, let's pick a number in this interval right here. Negative 1, 0, 1, whatever. If I plug negative 1 in, is negative 1 less than 2? 0 less than 2. Yeah, so that means everything on that interval works. You agree with that? Now let's pick a number on this interval over here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Is 3 less than 2? No. Is 3 greater than negative 2?
Yes.
So that works also. So all of the numbers will work. Do you agree? Because it's an or statement. Right? We could change the whole problem by making it a what? An and then it would be only in between negative 2 and 2. All right, now, again, guys, I can't emphasize to you enough, those of you guys who are daydreaming, weren't listening, all right, I think you already know. That was a good explanation of that problem. Very good explanation. And I prefer that you kind of see it rather than just try to remember that. All right, because there's a lot of different rules on the test. And if you're just trying to memorize all the rules, it's very difficult. Very difficult. Yes, sir. Let's go to number 8. Anything wrong with that? You see? That's a good problem. Lots of good algebra there. You see?
Yeah.
What? Anybody have any questions with 8? That's a really good problem right there. Lots of math. All right. Going down to number 12. Well, I put 33 there. It should have been a what? Doesn't matter then. 32.
It just can't be possible.
Right, it's not possible because is 32 less than negative 12? No. Now, I kind of really want you looking at this right here and saying, if I start with negative 10x and add 32, is that less than when I start with negative 10x and subtract 12? That's not possible. All right, those are the things I'm trying to show you. Yes. All right, anybody have anything else? Any other questions with number 12?
So if there's not like an X, is it always the solution?
No. You have to answer the question, right? Because if it came out to be 3 is greater than negative 1, that would be what? So it would be all real numbers. If it's a false statement, it's no solution. If it's a true statement, all real numbers. All right? All right, Charlie, what did you want? Let's find 25. You got that? Got it? Anybody else on question 25? Well, that's okay. So look at my notes now. Again, see if you can see where we made it, where we came up different. Good. Perfect. Yes, ma'am. 11. All right. Anybody else have a question with 25? All right, let's check out 11. When is 0 greater than negative 12? Always. Right. Now, let me just again, I would like everybody to just know, is it when is 6x greater than itself minus 12? Right? Always. If you start out with equals and you subtract 1, the one that you subtract is getting smaller. You agree with that? All right. Everybody happy with that? Everybody happy? 40. 6. Everything making sense? Good. 20. Let's take a look at 20. So that honestly is just straightforward, right? You with me on this, right? It's not a. This one's not a trick question. All right. Just gotta double check. I only tell you. I think on the test, actually, I said draw the number line and put it in interval notation. And part of the reason I do that is just because I want you to be right. You know what I mean? I think sometimes the number line is just beneficial so you can see it better. All right? You don't want to get mixed up. Yes, sir. Somebody else. Go. 29. This was a nice, straightforward problem also. How do you solve an absolute value inequality, right? Write it. 2 minus x is less than or equal to 6. 2 minus x is greater than or equal to negative 6. Got it? Yes, ma'am. Maybe I did not. You're right. So it should be what? Thank you. Anybody else have any issues with that? 29. What? Okay, so the way I answer that is, did you get this? And did you get this? So what numbers are greater than negative 4 and less than 8? There you go. Right. What?
So why would it be negative 14?
Oh, I meant to put 8 there. Thank you. Sorry, that's what you're telling me. Sorry, I'm sleeping up here today. Thank you. Done for me. Yes, ma'am. 7. Let's take a look at 7. All right. Take a look at that. You good? Celebrating. Finally got one right. All right. Somebody else. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? For 7? Okay.
Can you just show me which one
Yeah, the interval. I didn't write that one down on this one either. Anybody else? Nothing? Yes. All right, let's take a look at 15. Is that good for you? Anybody have any issues? Good.
Could you just say number 30?
Let's take a look at 33. Come on now. This is just basic understanding now. Think about it, right? When is the absolute value greater than a negative?
Always.
And if you're not sure about these questions, just plug in numbers. -1. Does -1 work?
Yeah.
Because the absolute value of -1 is what? No matter what I take the absolute value of, it's going to be what? Right? That's what you got to be telling yourself. All right? These are all positive numbers. All right. Anybody else? All right. All right, there's 32 right there. Then I'll do number 2. Somebody needs it. You see that? Sure. All right, somebody? Yeah, let's look at that. Yes, ma'am. It's okay. I'm going to go back down. So whenever you're having trouble with the interval notation, I tell kids to make the number line. 0, 4. Less than or equal to 4. Greater than or equal to 0. Right? Everything in between 0 and 4.
So brackets are like this.
Brackets mean equal. Okay, so I think there's listen, tomorrow's Thursday. All right, you guys are going to be wearing costumes. All right, you still have to take a what? You still have to take a test, guys. I can't help it. All right, there's nothing I can do. All right, so try to get here quickly whenever you can so I can get started. There's only 20 questions, I think. All right, I think that's it. 20 questions. All right, so I'm telling you, everything is just like these problems right here. Everything. All right, the only thing different is I'm not going to put on there what? I'm not going to put on there think. You have to do that. All right, I'm not reminding you. All right, the only thing I did was on the test at the end, I put go back and double check for no solution and all real numbers. All right, and is everybody hearing me, guys? I mean it now. If we don't have many, it's November. Everybody understand what I'm saying? November, right? So we have a little bit, 3 weeks in for November and, 2 weeks in December. And that's the end. Halfway through the year. So you can't, if you want to make a better grade or you want to do better, I promise you, everyone, some of you want to do better, do the review 3 times. All right? If you can do it once flawlessly, then you're going to make 100 on the test. If you make mistakes, do it again. All right? That's how you do well in math. Nothing different is on the test. Nothing. There are no SAT questions. Just this. That's it. That's it. All right? Anybody have any questions now? You got to do well each test if you want an A. All right? It's just difficult in this shortened time. What? You should know if you got it right. Just pull it up. All right? The solutions are posted. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
All right? So now you can, a lot of times, does everybody know you can add it to a file? You know you can do that? Does everybody know that? Like, when you import it to Notability, it'll ask you, do you want to add it to a file or create a new file? I would just go ahead and put this at what? At the end and add it. That way you can just flip back and forth. All right, but again, that's up to you guys. I'm just trying to tell you, Notability does a lot of cool things. All right, so what? Look at all the absolute value inequalities. Right? You always have to write two equations. All right, guys. Practice right now. All right? Get to work. All right? If you finish it up, do it again. All right? That's what I would do.